Summer always starts to feel like the season where the house feels really lived in. I feel like when the garden is overflowing with all of the flowers and the leaves and the birds in the trees, you know, we fling open our doors and our windows and air the house, and somehow the house just feels so much more full and happy and full of life. And for me, it feels like throughout kind of the year, we're sort of building up momentum to this occasion, which is summertime. Everything is kind of built up around this beautiful time of the year where the evenings are long, the temperature is high, and everybody just enjoys being outside more. I think that's such an innate human thing. I think we're meant to be outside, and I think that's why so many of us enjoy the summertime, because we like being outdoors, we like being out and about. I know summer isn't for everyone. I know that there are a lot of people who also really like autumn. I completely agree. I love the autumn season. I do struggle with the winter season, with the darkness and the cold, but I do think each season has its merits. And I do actually think we're quite lucky here in England and the UK to have the 4 definitive seasons, because not everywhere does. And I suppose it's something you're used to because you live there, but I really appreciate them and how different they are and how they all have their own impact on the way we live and our lifestyle. Today I thought I'd do something a little bit different for this video. I'm doing a big old deep clean of my house. I feel like because we fling open the windows and the doors, it invites in all sorts, particularly dust in an old house. This house does seem to accumulate dust. Admittedly, we do have 3 pets, which probably doesn't help, so I'm sure that adds to some of the dust, but I'm just giving everything a really, really good scrub, and I'm not gonna lie, I am thoroughly enjoying it. I do love a good old deep clean and reset, and I just feel so satisfied afterwards. I think that's the word, definitely. Just the satisfaction of knowing that everything is clean, everything is done, and you can just sit down afterwards and relax. It is totally worth it to me. I always start my deep cleans in the kitchen area. I think this is probably our most hard-working space in the house. All of our animals, so we have a dog, a cat, and a kitten currently. She's currently a kitten, soon to be a cat, living in the kitchen area, which is kind of this open plan space here. And this is obviously the space that leads out into the garden. So it gets a lot of traffic, it gets a lot of love. You know, we're always cooking, eating here, the pets eat here. So yeah, there's a lot to do in this space. It is always a constant battle to keep it clean. I tend to start in the actual kitchen area, as you just saw, and like to wipe down all of the counters and wipe down all of the units. I just find that kind of sets me in a good stead to then do this half of the kitchen, which can be a bit more finicky. As you can see, I've got to clean all of the windowsills because the plants often shed their leaves, or if I spill any water when I'm watering the plants, obviously I have to mop that up as well. And of course I am helped by the pets. That was little Willow. She's growing so much. I can't believe how big she's getting. It's a bit scary, but she is so lovely and full of life. She's very, very welcome in this house. Anyway, I have now moved on to the other windowsill. So as I said, I'm just giving them a good clean. Luckily, our pets don't really jump up at the windows. So the windows were fine. They didn't need a clean, which was good. But what did need a good thorough cleaning was our sofa. So we normally leave a throw on the sofa over the night because the cats will sleep on it and then they'll sleep on the throw. So it's normally pretty clean, but Again, we use it every single day, so I'm just giving it a good old hoover, taking everything off and then redressing it here and just giving the cushions a bit of a plump. Then I moved on to the pantry area. So this bit needed a good scrub. We store our washing machine, our coffee machine and our microwave in here. So this little countertop can get a little bit dirty. So just giving it a good scrub because our coffee machine is very well loved. We do love our coffee in this house, so that gets used frequently. And here is further evidence of the pets helping me clean or perhaps making it worse. I love Willow's ear hair. It's so cute and tufty. Bless her. Anyway, I'm getting so sidetracked by the animals. I am just then going to give everything a really, really good hoover. Again, because this room opens up onto the garden and the animals are in and out when it's nice and warm like this because we just leave the door open. Our garden is totally secure, so don't worry about the cats or anything like that. It's all good. We had it properly secured. So yeah, there's a lot of dirt that's tracked in and out. So I'm just giving everything a good hoover, and I'm even going to the point of rolling up the rugs and taking them outside and giving them a good shake out as well. And then I am gonna be mopping. This was absolutely necessary, giving it all a good scrub. This floor was actually already here when we moved in, but it is limestone, so I have to be really careful with the products I use on it. So it's all very gentle, very animal friendly cleaners that I'm using in this video, so no need to worry about toxic chemicals or anything like that. In fact, most of the things I used on the countertops was literally just white vinegar and a bit of lemon essential oil watered down, and that was pretty much it, which is super duper easy. Next, I'm moving on to the living room. So I just gave the bookshelves in the nook a really good dust, and then I'm just dusting these chests that are under the TV that we've got mounted on the wall, and just giving it all a good thorough dust, because this room in particular does get super duper dusty. I think because it has a lot of old features in here, so the paneling, I don't know how old it is, but it was, I mean, the previous owner said it was here when they moved in, so that all needs a good old dust because it's got all of these obviously grooves and ledges, so that needs all a good clean, which was very therapeutic, I have to say. And then of course in the winter when the fires are on, the mantelpiece gets super dusty. It's not too bad this time of year, thankfully. But I took everything off and gave that a really good clean as well, which was just so satisfying to finally be able to get this done. So after I had taken all of the cushions off of both of the sofas and again given everything a really good hoover, I was back on to hoovering the floor. This room doesn't tend to get as bad on the floor because the pets don't come in here as often. They tend to gravitate towards the kitchen, but I'm just giving our cowhide rug a really good hoover here. And then what I'm going to do is just again take up the rug and give everything a really good mop. This room doesn't get mopped as often as the kitchen, but you know, it needs a good scrub every now and then, and I was super pleased with it once we'd got it done. I feel like our homes work so hard for us, especially during these busy summers. Like, people are in and out of the house all the time, so are pets. So I think it's really important to give it that love. During this time of the year, I think, you know, it does accumulate mess just as much as it does in the winter time. Ironically, because, you know, in the winter time, we're obviously in our homes a lot more, but there we go. I'm in our boot room now, which was quite a small room, so it's really difficult for me to film, but I'm just giving all of the kind of ledges and shelving, again, a really good dust. This room is so handy. It was here when we moved in, actually. It had all of the shelving put in there, and it's an absolute godsend. I'm so thankful that it was here when we moved in. And then I'm just giving the little terracotta tiles a bit of a mop in the corner there. So next up is my kind of office room, spare bedroom, kind of multifunctional room, I suppose. So this is the space where I get ready in the morning. This is the little desk area that kind of doubles as my vanity unit as well. So I'm just giving this a really good clean, giving it a good dust, moving everything off the top of it, and just, yeah, giving it a bit of a reset. And then I am moving on to my bureau. So this is where I do all of my actual laptop work. I keep all of my pens, writing equipment, spare monitor, all that kind of thing is all kept in the bureau. So it is such a handy piece of furniture. I really love working from it. It feels very kind of whimsical, I suppose, working from an old-fashioned bureau. I really enjoy working from it. If you like this kind of content, by the way, please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe, because I'm always doing videos pottering around the house and doing general homemaking. So please subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. And then I am moving on to our bedroom. So I'm actually not gonna do the guest room in this video because the guest room doesn't really get used an awful lot, so there wasn't really much to film or to like clean in there apart from a little bit of dusting and hoovering, which I feel like you've kind of already got the gist of from this video. But I'm just giving our bedside tables a really good clean and dust. And then I'm going to take everything off of the windowsill and give this a really good clean. I think I'm just using furniture polish and a microfiber cloth here. It's nothing special, it's nothing groundbreaking, it's just stuff that makes it easy and practical for me to clean it. And then of course we have to finish each room with the obligatory hoover and remaking the bed and laying down the rugs in this room just to make it feel finished. And finally, we are on to the bathroom here. So the way I work when I clean a bathroom is I take everything off of the surfaces, put it on the floor, and then I can start cleaning. I feel like I have to take everything off of the surface first in a bathroom rather than just kind of leaving things and like picking them up, cleaning it and putting it straight back down again. It's just the way my brain works. So I'm cleaning this kind of main shelf over our sink here with, this is just some watered down white vinegar and lemon. So just giving that a good spray, and again, using a microfiber cloth to get everything super clean. And then in the bathtub, again, I just sprayed the same vinegar solution, and I'm using, this is I think it's a Scrub Daddy Dishmatic, which is a mouthful. And I put some fairy liquid in there to just help give the bath a really good scrub. I don't really like using any strong chemicals, particularly in the bath, because I don't know, in my head I always worry that it's not been rinsed out properly and I don't want to be effectively marinating in them. And then finally we are in the shower. So normally I would clean the shower whilst I'm actually showering because it's just easier and you don't get soaking wet, but we're not doing that on YouTube. So again, I just sprayed everything with the vinegar, gave it time to kind of sink in, and then just went in with a good scrub and rinsed it down. And then I did use the squeegee on the glass to just kind of give it that extra finishing touch. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more content every Sunday. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Stay happy and blessed be.